NartOutHere here showing Virtus.Pro's Mirage A split versus Team Vitality from IEM Winter. VP will work a default at the start of the round, getting mid control with two players, YEKINDAR and Flit, who will advance connector. Qikert went towards apartments early on to show presence to keep the CTs honest at B. Afterwards rotates to ramp where he and Jame will entry out. Buster pinches from Palace. VP throw the following utility for the execute. A jungle smoke, top con re-smoked on the fly by YEKINDAR. 3 mollies, dark, sandwich, and default. Then entry out with flashes. All 3 positions entry out at the same time, collapsing on the A site. Hyojin gets mollied out sandwich and killed by Qikert. Zaiwu holding from triple gets killed by Flit connector as the top con smoke fades, and YEKINDAR gets the stairs and kills Apex jungle. VP have A site and plant the bomb, and Vitality saving a 2v5. The reason why the A split is so strong is because you are coming from 3 different angles, increasing the trade potential and putting immense pressure on the CTs. I also liked how VP used their utility for this execute, mauling 3 positions, making it easier to take the A site. A couple of rounds later, VP run an A split fake, YEKINDAR dies early mid, Qikert and Jame wait apartments with bomb, and Flit makes his way into connector killing Shocks, then mollies default and smokes jungle, while Buster mollies dark from Palace. As a result, both B players from Vitality, Masuta and Zaiwu, begin to rotate, but Jame and Qikert take their time coming out of apartments, which allows Masuta to rotate back to B, shutting down the fake. It was a nice attempt, however, VP missed their timing there on B. Before we go into the players' POVs, I want to tell you about my Discord, where I have over 260 tactics only accessible through Discord. I am slowly moving away from doing tactics and execute videos on my channel due to the time constraint of watching so many demos in order to make the trick videos. That doesn't mean I'm still not doing them, they'll just be only exclusive to my Discord members, which is free. You don't have to pay anything to see these videos, just join my Discord, which the link is in the description and comment section below. Let's get into the players' POVs. YEKINDAR has a Mac 10 this round and he goes towards underpass and comes out mid. Flit had already crossed the boxes as YEKINDAR gets the underpass and he gets info that Vitality aren't doing anything aggressive early on like pushing mid, because Vitality know VP are a slower team working the map and punishing teams for pushing. So Vitality will choose to play sites and hold their utility this round. As a result, YEKINDAR plays a little bit careless this round, as you see him coming out mid without any caution to anyone connector, and even peeking short despite having a Mac 10, and Vitality being on a gun round. Had Flit faced early aggression and fell back, then YEKINDAR most likely does so as well, then they can retake mid later on, however that's not the case here. When he is out mid, he was gonna peek connector off Flit's flash, however bottom con gets smoked. Typically bottom con gets smoked early on, but like I said, Vitality wait to throw their utility due to VP's slow play. YEKINDAR will instead fake the boost while the smoke is still up, which puts Vitality on alert because Apex, as you'll see in his POV, focuses on window from the sound. When the smoke fades, YEKINDAR advances with the top con smoke thrown from Jame outside ramp. As for the execute, he will Molotov default, then underhands the smoke, re-smoking top connector, and goes towards stairs and kills Apex as Jame smokes Bloom. YEKINDAR advances to site, and he could have threw a flash off the wall for jungle had he wanted to as well before going through that top con smoke. One potential counter to this strat that I've seen teams pull off against VP is any mid setup. It's super effective, especially if it's only 2 of the VP players going mid. Typically the CTs are put in a good position to stop the mid players, whether that be having an op posted on mid cross, from connector, or from short. If that's the case, then depending on the information the mid players get and on how many CTs are towards mid, which then your teammate can come out to A to fight the one CT. Flit, the other mid player, will go fast top mid and he mollies connector and crosses to boxes. Virtus.Pro are switching up the pace here for mid, knowing Vitality are probably not going to contest mid, with this being their first buy round on CT side. He doesn't face any aggression mid, and he doesn't hear the connector molly being smoked or even face a mid flash early on. He will wait for YEKINDAR to come out underpass where he flashes connector for YEKINDAR to peek, however he doesn't due to the smoke. Flit still has a smoke, and he could have used it to smoke window, which most teams will do mid round, alongside the top con smoke, which is your standard mid take in default. With those 2 smokes up, you can have any setup for any tactic you want. Anyways, Flit is behind this wall mid and he jiggle peeks in case of any flash pops play from Vitality, then watches window as YEKINDAR advances from catwalk. Flit will then go into con and he holds triple as the smoke fades, killing Zaiwu. He swings to right of the smoke, clearing it, and advances through to jungle to take control as YEKINDAR kills Apex. Qikert, the ramp entry, will start towards B apartments where he rushes the peak van. He's gonna spot the jump spotter, however gets mollied and falls back. He was looking for the fast boost, but objectively was just there to show presence, and he did a good job as you'll see all 3 players are focused on apartments. Qikert makes his return back to the ramp where he drops a smoke and flash for Jame. Qikert will hold outside ramp for any pushes, and he waits for his mid teammates to get into con, and that's when he starts to slowly clear ramp, and Jame has a flash ready in case there is an aggressive ramp setup. He will Molotov sandwich, flushing out Kyoshin and getting the kill into him, and then he shoots Firebox as he comes out ramp to see if anyone is hiding there. Jame will drop him bomb and he plants. Something you should discuss is what happens if Qikert spots a player jiggle peeking with a smoke and they smoke ramp. I'm sure VP will continue with the strat, but the other players will be the first point of contact, as Qikert most likely will be ready to pounce through that smoke. Jame has a palace spawn and he takes it to watch for any early aggression or peeks, which doesn't happen. He will fall back to outside spawn where he flashes ramp to get info if any CTs are there, because they might shoot if they're blind. He doesn't hear anything. He will pick up the bomb. Qikert drops Jame a smoke and a flash. Jame will smoke top connector for his mid teammates after Vitality's con smoke is up. Then he picks up Qikert's smoke. Jame has a flash ready as Qikert is clearing ramp in case he needs it. There was some miscommunication here as YEKINDAR smokes top con, and Jame was about to, however he will go on to smoke jungle, which is delayed, as you saw in YEKINDAR's POV. He will follow it up with a flash over ramp, then advances. His team cleared the site, elsewise Jame would be following up, depending on where the enemy is based on the information his team gets, but most likely holding CT and ticket. Buster smokes top mid at the start of the round, then he heads into Palace and for the whole round just holds for any re-aggression. When his teammate starts to head into con, that's when he sets up to Molly Dark, where he positions with this part of the pillar, aims at the bottom part of the line that starts the curve, runs 3 steps forward and left click throw. Afterwards he goes through the motion and helps clear sight. The main note is that Buster doesn't overextend to peek CT or sight unless he needs to. He does so at the end here because the Vitality A players are dead. Let's look at some of the Vitality players' POVs. Here's Kyoshin sitting sandwiched, he doesn't have any nades, and he gets Molotov out of position, forcing him to swing out, and then he gets killed by Qikert ramp. Zaiwu, holding from CT, decides to move to triple, but bad timing as the execute is happening as he does so, and he gets killed as the top connector smoke fades by Flit. Apex starts towards B site and he moves towards back site as there was early pressure on by Qikert towards apartments, and after it settles down and there's no other pressure B, there was mid presence, and then Apex rotates back to window where he hears a player make a jump sound which he nades below window, and then for the rest of the round you can see he's trying to watch window as well as the connector jungle flank. When the execute happens he moves over to jungle, however doesn't have head armor, and YEKINDAR will kill him with a drive-by with a Mac 10. To wrap up, I showed Virtus.Pro splitting A with perfect timings from ramp, connector, and palace. They use their utility to perfection, flushing out the most common positions CTs might hold, as well as isolating positions with smokes to entry out safely. If you want to see more A splits or tactics on Mirage, I have a bunch in my Discord. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.